a small community located in a large city. I think Corktown's a wonderful place to raise a family.
Because there's a kind of an artistic underbelly or undercurrent to everything that's happening, the artist community and the small business community end up working together in really interesting ways.
She came to Old Tiger Stadium and was playing ball with the whole family. And she asked me a question. She was a little embarrassed. She said, "I've never been to Detroit in all my life." And I said, "What kept you so long?" She said, "The news and my neighbors saying they're gonna kill me and all the media." And when she got here, I said, "Do it seem that way now?" She said, "No." She said, "I gotta come back."
The way I would describe Corktown is that a small community located in a large city.
You can definitely access some of the great coffee shops, restaurants, bars that are here, and almost everything that's within walking distance is very much in service of residents. Certainly the people who live in Corktown know each other. Many of them are working towards making Corktown a better place to live.
The new developments and the new businesses and the new commercial spaces are exciting, and so I think a lot of people are attracted to that, and they like to feel that where they are spending their money and going to eat and purchasing things within their own neighborhood is really adding to the development around them.
Corktown is a historic neighborhood. First and foremost, it's considered the oldest neighborhood in Detroit.
Traditionally an immigrant community because of Michigan Central train station.
There's a perception in Detroit that Corktown is kind of the equivalent of Williamsburg or the Mission, and it's not quite that. We're the neighborhood with the least amount of residential turnover of any neighborhood, so this question around economic development and then leading to displacement, that is not happening in Corktown in the way that we've seen in other neighborhoods.
Despite the ups and downs of surrounding areas, Corktown has really maintained its strong community.
There's a very interesting diversity of housing types that exist here. So you can live in an apartment, you can live in a loft, but you could also live in a single-family home, and a lot of those single-family homes are historic.
Your question is it easy to buy a home in Corktown, and are they relatively inexpensive? A year ago, yes. Right now, the market is changing quickly. All the vacant buildings that have been in Corktown since the recession, of course, and maybe even before that, are totally occupied now. We could probably fill 200 rental properties or homes to purchase if they were available right now, just today. I mean, the minute we get a rental upstairs, these are all apartments upstairs, we build out the residential upstairs and then do commercial downstairs as we're renovating these buildings. Then we never have a day of vacancy. People are standing there with their stuff to move up the stairs as the people are moving out the stairs. We're 4 blocks away from the center of downtown.
Corktown's boundaries, like all neighborhoods, I think are a little fuzzy, and I think that's on purpose.
What I kind of define as the boundaries of Corktown physically are the Lodge to 96 and then I-75 to the river. Historic Corktown, in terms of like the historic preservation of Corktown, is even smaller than that. And then some people outside of what I just described might consider themselves part of Corktown.
It really is a matter of who feels connected to the community.
Safety is another concern. A lot of people think Detroit is an unsafe place to live, but that's simply untrue.
Safety is absolutely the most important thing we have in our community. We need people to feel that they can come to the community and not have any issues. My wife and I walk home at 11 o'clock at night from the restaurant. We have no issues whatsoever. People, we see people, we talk to people, everybody knows everybody. And when we bought these buildings in 2002, my son would have to take, he built his apartment upstairs first, and he would take a 4x8 sheet of plywood every day and screw himself in, or they would have broken in and stole his tools and stuff. You still have to be aware. You have to be aware anywhere, in Birmingham or Royal Oak or any place.
I I think in 5 years, Corktown will definitely have a larger residential community. I think it'll double, if not triple, just because of new developments that are coming in.
I see it as a place that has the most iconic public park in not only Detroit, but maybe in the country.
There's also a lot of big developments on the way, so even though there's been a lot of changes in the past couple of years, there's going to be a lot more changes in the next coming years.
When Tiger Stadium site gets done and all these other people move into the community, it's going to be even better. You're going to need a drugstore, and you're going to need, and hopefully they're all mom and pop operations, because nobody wants a box store in Corktown. And the next thing besides that is it's going to then force down Michigan Avenue, down Verner, all these other areas are getting better and better too, because property values are going up and people are fixing their buildings up. So Corktown in 5 years is going to look a lot different. In 10 years, it's going to look totally different.
Within 10 years, I see a completely redesigned and more human-centered public realm. So you have a Roosevelt Park that's functioning and programmed and beautiful. You have a Michigan Avenue that's narrower, that has multimodal transit on it, that has cafe seating. But in the end, I think like the spirit of what Corktown is will kind of always be the same, because even as these developments are coming on, they're still not happening in a way where one entity is going to be able to overpower any other entity. And I think part of what makes Corktown beautiful is kind of this constant negotiation of independent actors, and I think that will continue into the foreseeable future.
The only thing we want y'all to know is that we want good things said about the Detroit. We got to talk to true Detroiters to find out the real deal.
When are you going to bottle this tank in front of you? This tank will get bottled this week.
Fine.